you can start to tap into Ujjayi breath, which is the breath that we need in the practice. Inhalation is through the nose, exhalation is through the nose. You feel the air move through the back of your throat. Good. Press up onto all fours for a second. Spread your palms really wide. Anchor the hands. Curl the toes into the mat. And very slowly start to lift the hips up and back to a down dog. And the first one of these, I always say, a lot of us are pretty beat up just from everything we've been through. Bend behind your knees. If your body is just not accepting to down dog today, you can always just be in the tabletop and move from here. This is just as good, okay? So downward facing dog with a little bit or a lot bend in your knees, spread your toes wide, lift your hips up, let your head go. Anchor into your hands. Pick a spot to focus on, a drishti spot, something to look at, something that you can own. Something to ground you. Broaden across the upper shoulder blades, plug the hands into the mat. And then see if you can straighten your legs a little bit more. May not be something that's in the cards for today, so that's okay. So just do what you can. Plug into the ground more. Lift your hips up a little higher. And then roll forward to plank. Yeah, for the first one, I generally have to walk out to make it a little bit of a longer position. Yeah, stack your body. These look good. Broaden across the upper shoulder blades. And once again, if the body or the mind is just kind of saying no, drop your knees and support. And you can take all your planks and push-ups this way. Contract the thighs, pull the waist up, ground through your hands. In a sense, you almost feel like you're pulling the mat in opposite directions, right? Like you're pulling apart, so you broaden. If I were you, I would just look to the front edge of your mat. That's a good spot to focus at. Fire up, draw in. Just a few more cycles of breath. Where can you find some space, some power for yourself, whatever it is? Press down, lengthen. Float the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Roll forward to plank, stack your body. Draw the navel in. Good, let's just drop the knees today. Uncurl the toes for me, from your knees to the tops of your shins and even the tops of your feet. Press down. Bring your weight forward about an inch and then bend your elbows in half for a supported chaturanga. Keep your neck nice and free. Elbows right by the side body. And if it's too much, don't go as far. Re-straighten your arms, supported plank, and just pause. Draw the waist up, bend your elbows, supported chaturanga. Feel the weight, your thumb, your index finger, your baby finger. And then re-straighten your arms, supported plank. Again, bend your elbows, supported chaturanga. Re-straighten your arms, supported plank. Keep going. Bend your elbows, supported chaturanga. Do as much as you can. Supported plank, press back up. One more. Supported chaturanga. Re-straighten your arms, supported plank. Curl the toes, plank position. Downward facing dog, hips press back. Downward facing dog, hips rest back. Sorry. Okay. I knew it was you. Roll forward, plank position. Yeah. Some people have grand entrances. It's great. Chaturanga, Dandasana. Bend your knees if you need support. Good. Pull your chest through for an up dog. Point your toes. If lower back is sensitive, skip this or just have your whole belly down. Broaden here. Downward facing dog, hips press back. Look to the top of the mat. Just walk your feet to get there today. Long spine on the inhale breath. If you're dangling like a wet noodle, have your hands on your shins. Exhale, fold over your legs. Root to rise, come all the way up, feel. Drag your hands to prayer at heart center. Drop your arms, leave it behind. Get grounded. Let the breath just free flow. Reach your arms up, look up. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Come to the fingertips, long spine. Plant your palms, just take 2 steps back to a plank. Bend your elbows to a chaturanga. Do this slow. Drag yourself to an up dog or skip it. Downward facing dog, hips press back. Let your breath just match your movement. Breathe as fully and deeply as you can through everything today, and just feel what you're doing. Look to the top of the mat. You can step, you can float, it's up to you. Long spine on the inhale breath. Weight is forward, everybody. Fold over your legs. Root to rise, come all the way up. Dive over bent knees, let's just flow. Long spine on the inhale breath. Give yourself the space to move, step or float. You can either just step back, plank, and then bend your elbows for chaturanga. Pull yourself to a great up dog, keep the neck long. Downward facing dog, hips press back. Matching movement and breath. Anchor your hands, look where you want to go, step or float, top of mat. Long spine, fold over yourself, root to rise, come all the way up. Dive over bent knees, let your weight pull you forward. Long spine on the inhale, plant your palms, 2 big steps to get you back. Bend your elbows to a chaturanga, upward facing point. Downward facing back. We'll just take one more. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Anchor your hands. Look where you want to go. Arrive safely. Top of mat. Long spine. Definitely focus on weight forward, everyone. Fold over your legs. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Dive over bent knees. Forward fold. Long spine sets you up. Hands to touch something. Find your way back through your vinyasa. Up dog, downward facing dog. You're gonna roll forward to plank. Yeah, and here the games begin. Hug your right knee to your navel and pause. Broaden the upper shoulder blades and see if you can get your shin to lift a little bit more up off the floor. Think about your knee moving in between your 2 biceps. Glide your right foot forward towards your right thumb. Come to your fingertips. If you have blocks for today's practice, it's going to be helpful, but if you don't have them, we can make do. Be on your fingertips. Drop your knee. Keep your toes curled into the mat. Remember, you want your leg at an angle. Be with your chest pulling through your body like a little mini up dog. Make sure your knee and your ankle are zipped up and aligned properly. And then with your arms, reach them back. Just reach them back. So now you're hovering in this modified low lunge. And what I'm looking for is really just finding this line of energy. So you're really getting a nice psoas release. And it doesn't have to be anything that's too intense. Okay, so back out of it if it is. Clasp your hands. If your shoulders are healthy, you can even do this with bent elbows. Okay? Start to pull your torso up. Slide your hands down the back of your thigh. This is all you need to do. Anchor your right heel. Draw the shoulder blades back just a little bit. Keep the neck long. Few breaths. Press more into the right heel and the right foot. Grip your right hip underneath you, and from the ground up, start to fire up your back leg. So now the knee lifts. Now, if this isn't something that you feel you want to take on, just keep the knee down. Pause here. From your hip points, lift your chest. From your shoulder blades, reach your hands back a little more. Good. Now envision a block in between your 2 hands. So you're just going to let the gripped hands go and have the palms face one another. So they're kind of hugging in and you're activating your triceps. Scissor the inner and outer thighs together. Root yourself. Good. Keeping the lower half of the body the way it is. Start to bring your arms out wide. I don't know what everyone's space is in the house, but arms go out wide. If you don't have arms out wide, you can cactus the arms, which looks like this. Breathe. From your shoulder girdles, you're going to sweep your arms out and up now. Look forward. Just a few more breaths. I know everyone's feeling something. Good. Slide your left hand down, right arm open into an easy twist. This is a great opportunity to use a block. You can place it any direction to the instep of your foot. Let the 2 shoulder blades slide on top of one another. Look up. Let your breath just free flow. Grip your right hip underneath you. Stack the 2 shoulder blades. Twist only where there's a rib. Look down, take both hands tented. If you have blocks, I want you to use them. If you don't have blocks, try your best. You're gonna shift your weight forward and come into an amended warrior 3. It looks like this. So if I didn't have blocks and I wasn't teaching you, I'd turn and use this part of the fireplace or go towards my couch or use an ottoman or a chair. You can also do this with the hands down, but it's ideal to have something underneath. So the lift of the back leg is what we're looking for. And I really want you guys to focus on your core. Little bend in your right knee. That looks great. Feel the lift of your left leg from your inner thigh. 2 more breaths. Good, keep the right foot where it is. You're gonna take a step back, but you're gonna turn your foot into a warrior 1 foot. Anchor, slide your right foot a little to the right if you feel like your stance is narrow, and then root to rise, warrior 1. Good, warrior 1. And the stance may feel a little different just because you went from front to back. That's okay. Use the outer blade of your back foot. Let the left side of your body turn you. Sit a little deeper into your right heel, even a little bit of a thicker step. Nothing's perfect. Good, hands come down, plank position. Bend your elbows in half to a slow chaturanga. Drag your chest through for an up dog. Take a downward facing dog. Roll forward to plank, pause, get excited. Hover your left foot, just an inch. I can't remember if I did that anymore. Hug the knee in. Knee draws towards in between your 2 biceps. Broaden the upper shoulder blades, plug into the mat. Stay with it. Glide the left foot forward, come to your fingertips, drop the knee, but keep the toes curled. Remember, we're looking for an angle with your back right thigh. Be on your fingertips for a moment, drag your chest, release the thigh bone and the psoas. Good, then from here, the arms reach back like airplane arms. This may be where you stay. If you can clasp the hands, if you remember the grip, go opposite. Little bend in your elbows. If it doesn't feel great, feel the weight in your left heel. Grip your left glute behind you. Keep your neck long. Start to bring your torso up. Slide your arms back. So we're working on frontline energy, right? Really important because most of us are starting to lean forward in life. We want to sit up tall. Breathe through your chest, your collarbone, feel your feet on the ground. Now either keep your back knee down if this is enough, or begin to pop it up from your glute, from your hamstring. Slide your gripped hands though further down the back of the thigh. Nice, looks good. Get out of your lower back. Use the rest of your body to hold you up. Now envision that block behind you. Just let go of the clasped hands and hover that invisible block. Squeeze in. Then from here, bring your arms out. You can bring them straight out or you can cactus. It's up to you. I want you to just create openness in the upper chest. Feel all the space that you have to move. Sit a little deeper. Sweep your arms straight up. From your shoulders, go up from your elbows, your fingertips. Sit deeper. Lengthen. Good. Right hand comes down, left arm peels, go into your easy twist, whatever that looks like. And if having the back knee lifted is too much, just go ahead and drop it down. Support before you move. Stack the 2 shoulders. Allow your breath to just flow. Another big breath. Look down, pause for a second. So you gotta get yourself together, kind of find your balance. I'm gonna use 2 blocks if you only have 1, or if you don't have 1, you're gonna pop the back leg up into what I call an amended warrior 3. And what we're looking for is a lot of space from your waist to your shoulder blade, and then your fingertips stack nicely directly underneath the shoulders. Your back leg lifts up from your inner thigh. Draw the belly in. Spark up your toes. Keep the neck nice and neutral. Another big breath in. So when you step back, remember you're stepping back into warrior 1, so turn your back foot onto its side. Take a little bit of a bigger step than you did the first time around. Anchor and then rise, warrior 1, out and up. Grip the outer foot into the mat. Turn the right ribs just a little bit forward. And then lift up out of your waist. And enjoy the sensation. It's pretty powerful. Hands come down, plank position. Move through your vinyasa, whatever that looks like. Upward facing point. Nice, downward facing back. Look where you want to go. Step or float, feet to the top. Long spine on the inhale. Exhale, fold over yourself. Sit into a strong chair pose. Bend your legs in half. Let your seat kind of drag back. The weight goes into your heels. Lift your chest up. If something's going on in your shoulders and doesn't feel great, you can always cactus your arms. You can have your arms by your side body like this. Try not to resist the feeling. A lot of times we don't want to sit any deeper in this pose. Sit a little bit deeper. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine sets you up. Exhale your breath. Step or float, chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing. Right foot forward, back foot onto its side, warrior one or crescent lunge. It's up to you, what feels good. Hands come down, plank. Vinyasa or not. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Left foot forward, back foot onto its side, warrior one, just like this. Hands come down, plank position. Chaturanga. Upward facing, downward facing. Pause in your down dog. Breathe. Let go of whatever it is that you're holding on to. Yeah. Now press down more. Look where you want to go. Step or float your feet to the top. Long spine on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Sit again into a chair pose. We're not going to take too many of these. We'll just make them, a few solid ones. Drag the weight back into your heels. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Come to the fingertips, long spine, step or float for your vinyasa. Drag yourself through an up dog. Take a downward facing dog. Right foot forward, back foot onto its side, warrior one. Hands come down, set up for your vinyasa. Upward facing, point your toes. Nice, Kristen. Downward facing, left foot forward, back foot onto its side, warrior one. Hands come down, plank position. Chaturanga. Upward facing drags you through. Downward facing presses you back. We'll just do one more, okay? So press down, activate your arms, look where you want to go, step or float. Long spine on the inhale breath. Exhale, fold over yourself. Sit again into a chair. Yeah, you can always put a block there. You can separate your feet. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Come to the fingertips, long spine, step or float to your chaturanga. Upward facing point. Downward facing back. Right foot forward, just building some more momentum, warrior one. Hands come down. It's not too quick, it's not too slow. Upward facing. Downward facing, left foot glides. Anchor your back foot before you come up, warrior one. Hands come down, plank position. Chaturanga. Upward facing, point your toes. Downward facing dog, hips pressed back. From your downward facing dog, just step your right foot smack in between your hands. Turn your back foot onto its side. And then right here, you're gonna circle up warrior two. Just go right for it. So hopefully the heart rate's up a little bit. You're a little warmer. If you're outside practicing by the beach, you can have a nice breeze. Just kind of broaden across your chest and enjoy it. Turn up the inner part of your thigh. Yeah. Make sure your back foot is enough on an angle that you can really activate your back leg. Drop down. The sides of your body lifted up. And then then you get to this posture. It's a really powerful pose. Make it feel efficient. And what I mean by that is see how you can lighten it. So you're using a lot of energy, but not really. Broaden your arms, broaden your chest, and see if you can breathe lighter, fuller. Sit a little deeper. The back arm gets lazy, so reach more with that. So from here, we're going to move to a B variation today. Your hand's going to slide to the instep of your foot. A block any direction is definitely helpful. If you're not feeling the whole hand on the ground, you can always bump your forearm on the top of your thigh and take it this way. I'm showing the modification here. Don't be afraid to try the modifications. Stretch your left arm up. Just be mindful, I can't see a lot of where everyone's hands are on the block, but just be careful that you're not slamming your whole wrist. Yeah, I'm putting too much pressure into your wrist joint. I like to be on the fingertips, slide the left arm up. And then look up, if you can. Grip your right hip underneath you, turn up your bottom ribs, and use the back of your tricep to kind of press against the inner part of your thigh. Wrap your left arm around if you want to add a half bind. And then look off your left shoulder. Grip your feet into the mat and breathe. There's a gentle turn of those bottom ribs. Stay with it, everyone. More breath. If you took a bind, keep your right hand down. Just release your left arm up. Anchor your feet. Pull up warrior two. Try to take the bounce out. Bring your hands to your hips for me. Straighten your right leg. Thank gosh. Turn your right foot. Good. Just move your block to the back of your mat. Turn your right foot in on an angle. Turn your back foot towards the back of your mat. So it's going towards the back left edge of your mat. Open up your arms. Find warrior two. Just changing directions. Yeah. Warrior two. And just check in with your feet. Make sure they're still on the same plane. Sit a little deeper. It's funny, when you practice at home or in the surroundings of your backyard, sometimes you notice things that you never noticed in your life. Like that you have this most beautiful tree that you never stop to look at because we're always moving and grooving. So enjoy the little things as you pause in this posture and notice like a pretty decorative pillow where you're like, oh, that's the ugliest pillow I've ever seen. I got to get rid of it. Sit a little deeper. What's happening with your back arm? Is it getting lazy? Reach more with it. Yeah. Just a few more, I promise. Turn up the inner part of your thigh and then go ahead and use that block if you're using it in step of foot. B variation. Make sure the back foot is on a strong angle. Slide the right arm up, look up. Start with just the arms real basic. Maybe you need your arm on the top of your thigh for a modified version. Use the back of your left arm to press against the inside of your leg. Grip your left hip underneath you. Turn your ribs up. Then from here, if you feel like you want to take your right arm and do something with it, you either can come to your hip or you can slide it around and grab the inner part of your thigh. You choose. Look off your right shoulder and continue to twist from your bottom ribs. Feel your feet on the floor. And then settle into the posture and explore. A few more breaths. See if you can hug your left hip a little bit more underneath you. It's the hardest part. Feel your feet, they're grounding you, they're supporting you. Nice work. Keep the left arm down, slide the right arm up. Just stack the two arms. Anchor the feet, pull up warrior two. Warrior two. Bring your hands to your hips, straighten your left leg, pivot the left foot around. Interlace your hands behind your back or simply just keep your hands on your hips if you're not comfortable with that. Inhale your breath, Exhale, bend your knees a lot and come forward. Okay, so a couple suggestions if the lower back is really sensitive. I was practicing with my sister yesterday and her back and her hamstring. You can bring the blocks up really high and you can rest your forearms on them and bend your knees. Okay, these are some of the things I could teach you more restorative. If you're going a little deeper, interlaced hands, let the hands clasp and drop down. Let the head go. And let your torso kind of fold towards the front of your thighs. Lift your hips up higher. If your head hits the floor, shorten your stance, make it tighter. Good. You're going to come up halfway. Whatever bindings you have or don't have, the hands just come directly underneath the shoulders. Good. Then you slide your hands to your hips. You come halfway up, come the rest of the way up. Turn your right foot to the short edge of your mat. Step your left foot to meet it. Stand up tall. Just stand up. So if you have a block today and you'd like to use it to kind of amp things up, here you can use some of these. Okay, I like a cork block for this. It's going to go to the center of the mat, the long direction, and if you don't have one, don't sweat it. Just stand up on the block. The whole left foot goes on the block, and the right knee is going to come up. Grip below the kneecap and just pause here. And this is great work because this is really working from the ground and using your whole foot, soften the shoulders. And then your right hand can stay on the front of your right knee and the left arm will slide up. So we go step by step. Grip your left glute underneath you. Fire up your left thigh bone. This may be where you stay today, or you can grab your big toe. It should come pretty naturally to you. It shouldn't be a struggle. This may be your next step. Keep lifting from the side of your body. Extend your right leg forward. The right leg that goes forward does not need to be pinned straight. Plug the shoulder back into the socket. Press into the block and lengthen up. Draw the right hip back. Yeah. Contract the left thigh bone and lift out of your waist. Keep the shape of your right leg or just bend it into a 90-degree angle. Switch the grip. Grab the outer part of your foot or the outer part of your knee. Take your right arm back. Lengthen. Lift up out of your waist. Look a little right, maybe look towards your back hand if that's accessible. Flex your right toes more. Begin to bring your drishti, your gaze forward. Keep the lift of the leg, don't let it go. Lift both arms up. See if you can keep the leg straight. If not, 90 degrees is fine. Lift from your core, lift a little higher. Lower the right foot down. Separate your feet hips width and just stand. Good. You get to do the other side. With excitement and joy, step your right foot onto the block. And if you did the wrong leg, just do the leg you didn't do yet. Stand strong, hug the left knee in. Give it a good little squeeze. This is a good place to be. Yeah, and just stay here. Moving on. Left hand will stay in the front of your left knee shin area. Right arm will draw up. Contract your right thigh bone, your hip, your glute. Good. And then deciding what you need here, maybe move on, hook the big toe. This is your next step. Before you go, draw your shoulder and your waist in, and then begin to extend your left leg, or whatever leg you're kicking out. Reach up with the right side of your body. Look forward. And the left leg does not need to be straight. It can have as much bend as you need. Keep drawing the shoulder back into the socket. Lift a little higher. Good. Keep the leg the way that it is, or 90 degrees is fine. Start to change the grip. Good. Left arm will slide back. You guys look really good. And if you fall, who cares? You go back. Try again. Two more. Press into the standing leg. Look forward very slowly. Keep the leg up or 90 degrees, both arms up. Lift from your core. Press into the block, lift it a little higher. Lower the left foot down. Separate your feet hips width, just bring your hands to your hips. Pause. Good. Sweep your arms out and up. Look up and then dive very slowly over these wider positioned feet. Remove the block, step just to a down dog today. Spread your palms. When you get to your down dog, if you feel like you need to clean it up, you can roll forward to a plank, bend your elbows to a chaturanga. Drag yourself to an up dog, it probably will feel pretty good. Good, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward, turn your back foot onto its side. We're coming into warrior one. Warrior one. Yeah. So in warrior one, outer blade of back foot is secure. Left hip and left ribs turn forward. Drop your arms like airplane wings. Clasp your hands behind your back. Inhale the breath, lift the chest. Exhale, you're coming halfway down. So almost think about resting your stomach on your thigh, just like an inch from it. That's it. I'm not interested in you going any deeper than that today. I want you to focus on the lower half of your body. Swing your right hip and glute underneath you. Press the standing left foot more into the floor and zip up the side of your body. Hold here. Yeah, you have to use your leg strength and your core strength to support this. Now, like we did before, like there's an invisible block behind your back, just let your hands go and pause. Good. Your left hand's gonna bend and come to your hip. Your right arm's gonna reach forward like we're shaking hands. Good, this is a good opportunity to use your block. It's gonna come out in front of you. You're gonna float into a half moon. It is super challenging to do it this way, so move really slow. The transition is very effective. Rip your hip underneath you. And then from here, float your left arm up or just keep your hand on your hip. Yeah, Kristen, you can even try your arm like alongside your body and practice from the bottom ribs, turning them towards the sky. Nice, and then from here, maybe the left arm can go up. And you just do what feels good. If you're dying for a Shavasana, you take it. That's the bend behind the knee. I could care less about that right now. This feels really good just to stay here, be grounded. Can you get a little lighter in your bottom hand? And what I mean by that is maybe you can come to 3 fingers or 2 fingers. Maybe the bottom hand can even drift into a half, like a half prayer. Look down, place the left hand down, square your hips, pause. You may even want to move the block to the center like we did before. Yeah, so like we were early in the practice, take a giant step back. So your back foot's almost like a warrior one, but you're gonna fold over your right leg into Parsvottanasana. Yeah, and if the floor is too far, just slide things underneath your hands and bring yourself up. So you're not going so deep into your lower back. There's a little bend in your front leg, or a lot, depending on how your body is. Steer your right hip up and back, anchor your back leg. Let your head go. Drop your shoulders. Come to the fingertips along spine, slide your hands to your hips, come halfway and pause, don't come all the way up. With your right hand, steer your right hip towards the back wall, reach your left arm forward, pause right here. It's like finding a really good grip from the ground. And then you move into your twisting triangle version. So many different ways to take this. Block to the instep, hand on the front of the shin is a great connection if you don't have a block. Right hand can slide to the flat part of your back, start to look right. The biggest thing here is anchor your feet, steer your hips behind you, and twist only where there's a rib. And then if you can, the right arm will move up. And some days this feels good, and other days it doesn't, so. Think about the side of your body. Anchor through your feet and your legs, and breathe. Two more breaths. Look to the floor, place both hands down. Move through vinyasa or just step back to dog, it's up to you. Chaturanga, upward facing, downward facing dog. From your down dog, glide your left foot forward. Back foot turns onto its side, warrior one. Sweep your arms out now. Just come to basic warrior one to start. Make sure your back foot has enough turn so the right ribs and the right hip can go with you. Drop your arms by your side body. Clasp opposite grip. If you can remember, inhale the breath, lift the chest. So you start to move your torso, steer your left hip back and come forward. I'm hovering my chest from my thigh, about an inch. That's what we're looking for today. Use the feet, the legs, the hips. This is a better way to take it. Yeah, for most of us, breathe. If you're super flexible, then obviously you can go. Keep the neck nice and neutral. Make sure that you're not clenching your toes to the mat, you're using your whole foot. So envision that block behind you. Let go of the clasped hands and just firm up your triceps. Spread your palms like you're holding something. Your right hand's going to slide to your right hip. Your left arm is going to move forward. From here, with that space and that length, you'll move slowly close to the floor, half moon. Now, most of us want to turn our foot, so see if you can really grip your hip, and then start to let your right leg float out. Maybe the hand stays on your hip, maybe the arm rests on the side of your body, maybe you can float your right arm up. Lift through the waist, look up. And then breathe through your chest as you really find what you need here. Maybe come to 3 fingers or 2 fingers, like a domino effect. When we fall, breathe. If you fall, just try again, a little bit more. Look down, right hand to the floor, square your hips. Pause. You may even want to slide something underneath your hands. Find a lot of space through your torso, and then take about a 3-foot step back with your right foot and fold. Parsvottanasana, also known as pyramid pose. Bending your left leg, steer your hips back, slide something underneath your hands. If this doesn't feel good, let your head go. Jody, I see nothing but your arms, and your arms look really good. They look strong. Yeah. Good, Tracy. Steer your hips back and then fold more into your front leg. Perfect. Nice, Kristen. Yeah, let your head go. Come to the fingertips, long spine. Slide your hands to your hips. Pause here. Don't go anywhere. Steer your hips back. Let your left hand actually move your hip back. Reach your right arm forward. Find the space from the ground and then come forward, twisting triangle. Block and go to the instep, the outside of your foot, or your hand to your shin. Let your left palm come to the flat part of your back and then spread your left arm up. Steer the hips back. Breathe right here. Look down, place both hands to the floor. Walk your left foot to the center of the mat. Slide your right foot to meet it. Come to the fingertips, fold over your legs. Sit into a deep chair. Arms reach up. Deep chair pose. Don't resist the chair. Bring your hands to prayer. Inhale your breath. Hook your elbow. Turn to the right. Keep sliding your seat back. Check in with your knees, your feet, your shins. Yeah, we come up with new language here. Your feet. Make sure they're all lined up. Good. Twist open. Open up your arms if you want more. It may feel really good because we've done a bunch of binds with our upper torso. It may feel really good to use the back of your tricep and spread your right arm and your right collarbone up. Look up. As you do that though, keep letting your seat move back. Your weight move into your heels. Stay with it. Keep the shape of your legs. Come around to a really strong chair. Really strong chair. Drop your seat lower. And then press all the way up to stand. Don't let go of your arms. Really reach them up. Look up. Pause here. Feel your feet. Feel your thighs kind of roll back. And then drop down again. Chair pose. Slide the hands back to the prayer. Hook the elbow. Go the other way. And then just check in with your feet again, your knees. Make sure they're aligned. And if you want to open up your arms, use the back of your tricep and then spread your left arm open. Then look up. Dig your heels into the ground. Keep the shape of the legs. Pull around to chair. Pull around to chair. Really sit. Keep sitting, keep sitting, keep sitting, keep sitting. Get your butt all the way down and your feet down. Take your palms flat. Walk your feet out about 2 inches and then separate them so they're about hips width distance. Anchor the hands. So I don't know how everyone's arms are, but you can always slide blocks underneath your hands too if you need a little bit extra, okay? Just giving you some options. So Mom, bring your arms more forward. Keep going. Keep going. There you go. Now lift your chest. Press into the mat with your hands. Draw your waist and your core. Zip that up. Then from here, press the palms down more. Float the legs up to a 90-degree angle. Spark up your toes. Now maybe your hands need to come to more tented fingertips. That's fine. But what we're working on is not rounding. Lifting and opening up our chest. Draw the thighs towards the navel. Breathe. Good. Then from here, keep your hands down. Start to float to Ardha Navasana. Now a few options. If the back is sensitive and being where I am here, hovering the floor, the palms flat, doesn't feel good, Nance, bring your legs straight up to a 90-degree angle. But keep pressing the palms down, broaden the shoulders and the neck, and look up. So you choose. If you want, super intense, the feet are gonna hover. Keep the palms down. Broaden the shoulders, bring your gaze up. Spark up your toes, stay with me. Keep the left leg lifted wherever you are. Lift your right leg. 90-degree angle, pause. Keep pressing the palms into the mat. Lower the right foot to meet the left. Any level, left leg lifts. Pause, press down. Lower the left foot to meet the right. Bend the right knee in half. Bend it in half. Good. Slide the right foot forward. Left leg bends in half, 90-degree angle. Press the palms down. Left leg forward. Good. Bend the knees to a 90-degree angle. Slide yourself back up. Boat Navasana with the palms down. Press down, press down, press down. Good. Cross your ankles, step or float, chaturanga. So however that worked out for you, it's fine. Roll forward to a plank, bend your elbows to a chaturanga, pull yourself through an up dog and pause. Up dog and pause. Up dog. If you can sustain this, see if you can fire up your thighs, point your toes, spread your collarbone. Breathe. Curl the toes, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Press up, plank. Bring your feet together. Lean onto your left hand, Vashisthasana side plank. Reach up big. Drop your bottom knee if this is too much. Spark up your toes. Lift from the side of your body. If you want more, take your top arm up and forward. Reach it over the side of your ear, forward. Good. Look down, right hand to the floor. Pause. While we're at it, lean onto your right hand. Vashisthasana side plank. Drop your bottom knee if you need to. Another great alternative is to stagger the feet. Yeah, and use your top foot kind of like a warrior two stance. Top arm can reach up. Guys, I really like this. If you reach your arm forward, it's going to help you lift your hips. Lift them higher from the ground. Look to the floor, plank position. From your plank, hug your right knee to your navel. Glide your right foot forward and through. Integrate the legs, high lunge. Catch your breath. Yeah, if you're outside, you're enjoying the humidity, take a deep breath in through your nose. Just let it go out through your mouth and then come back to Ujjayi. Hands come to prayer. Inhale the breath, hook the elbow and twist. Yeah, if back is sensitive, guys, I want you to stay upright and just turn and look right. Don't even worry about hooking the elbow. I'd rather you stay upright and just turn a little, look right. If you're working more intently, hook the elbow to the outside, or you can go back easy twist. Grip the hips, turn up your breath, and feel your feet on the floor. So try to lean back just a tad, but try not to look back. Just trying to look up. Yeah. Stay with me. Look to the floor, place both hands down. Pause, come to your fingertips. Drop your knee, we started here. This time let go of your foot. Okay, a block could be useful if you need it. Place it to the instep. Left palm can go flat. Right arm's gonna reach back. This may be as far as you go for today. If you can bend your foot, grab your foot from the inside, yeah, or the outside. I got it going from the outside. And for today's practice, if you like, depending on how you feel in your body, you can turn your right foot out a little and then roll to the outer blade of your right foot. I'm doing it here, it's hard to see. Yeah, so your knee kind of drops open. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Yeah, so Julie, you can turn your right foot out a little bit and let the, let the weight roll, and that's gonna give you an unbelievable piriformis stretch. And then if you want more, you can come down into your forearm. I do not want more, I'm happy here. And then look back, wherever you are, look back. Let the foot go. Good, bring both hands down, turn your right foot, stay with me guys. Float the leg back, you're gonna go into a runner stretch. If you feel that you wanna take a Hanumanasana, you're welcome to do that instead, but I like staying upright and just leading with the chest, sparking up your toes. Rebend the front thigh, curl the toes, step to a plank with as little energy as possible. Almost there. Bend your elbows, chaturanga. Pull yourself to a great up dog. Take a downward facing dog, hips press back. Bring your feet together, lean onto your right hand, Vashisthasana side plank. One more time, guys. Lift up out of your waist. This time you're going to bend your leg into a tree. It may feel good. You can also modify like this. Lift from your waist. Let go of your foot or the tree. Side plank, look down, plank position. Last time today, lean onto your left hand, Vashisthasana side plank. Draw the right arm up. Bend the top leg into a tree. It may feel good. Lift from the side of your body, broaden your chest. Grip your outer hip and glute underneath you. Let go of the tree or the toe hook or anything, plank position. Hug your left knee in, draw it close to you, land the left foot forward and through, integrate the legs, high lunge. If you need to drop the knee, you do that. Drag the hands to prayer, inhale the breath, hook the elbow, take the twist. Drop your knee if you need support, or just stay really upright and just turn a little. When you turn, don't turn your whole body, your hips stay squared. It's just your upper torso, just a little from above your belly button. Back leg is strong. Yes, these look great. Lean back just a tiny bit, but look up. Yeah, Nancy, I can't see your feet. So if you need to widen the stance, like give yourself more space in the width, and you may find a little bit more stability. Last little bit, how can you relax in the pose? If at all possible, find that. Look down, place both hands down, pause. We were here before last time today. Drop the knee, relax the foot. So from here, right hand can stay down onto a block. You can turn your left foot out and roll, and then grab your back leg. This is king full pigeon. Or you can just stay really upright and reach your arm back. If you're rolling to the outer leg, really outer part of the foot, really let the thigh bone just drop. And you can either stay with your right hand down or on a block or drop to your forearm. Let your ribs turn a little and then look back. Another big breath in. Let go of your foot, look forward, swing the left hand forward, straighten out your front foot, and then just slide your left leg out into a runner stretch. Just kind of high up on your knee. Your hands tent, your arms are straight, and there's a lot of lift. So if you need blocks, bring the floor up to you. Rebend the front thigh, activate the back leg. Last time today, plank position. Extend your elbows, chaturanga. Drag yourself to a great upward facing. Take a fabulous downward facing. Look in between your hands, hop your feet through. Sit down, lay down on your backs, move your blocks. I'm finding most people don't even want to take full wheel. So we're going to take 2 rounds of bridge or supported bridge, right? If you're dying for a full wheel, you feel like you can get into it safely, I'll let you know when to go. So bend your legs, take your feet flat, lift your tailbone up. If you're going to use a block or a pillow, lift your tailbone, then slide the block underneath. So many people try and land the block and get into the pose. It's almost impossible. And then clasp your hands and create the back bend between your shoulder blades. Anchor your feet. This is a great place to be. It feels amazing. So if you know you want more, you'll come down off of this and then you'll set up for a full wheel. If you're happy with this, this is a good place for you to be. You can lift one leg. You can lower that leg. You can lift the other leg. You can lift both legs. Just keep your upper shoulder blades down, flex your toes. If you're going up into a full wheel, press down and really lift. Yeah, Julie, what I would do is take your hands around the block and clasp your hands. And because that's the back bend there, and that's going to get your chest more open. Perfect, from what I can tell. Good. If your legs are up, bend your knees in half. Take your feet flat down to the ground. Once you get some support there, then you lift your hips a little, slide the block out, and then let your hips just drop. Let your knees knock in. That's what I like to do. The feet go wide and the knees knock in. Yeah. And then from there, we reach for the outer edges of our feet and we find happy baby. And from happy baby today, because we didn't take triangle pose, but we did take a wide stretch. You can grab your big toes and you could straighten your legs on your back. When you do this, your arms can be straight and then draw the shoulder blades into the back and then see if you can get some leverage. So your arms kind of bend. And then come back to center with the legs. Your right knee stays in and your left leg goes out. This is just a very basic supine twist. Take your right leg over to the left. Use your left hand to encourage the thigh to stay even with your body and your right arm cactuses. Come up to center. Relax the right leg out. Hug the left knee in. Give it a good little squeeze. And then take the leg over to the right. And then come up to center. And right here, just find your way into Shavasana. Complete rest. Complete rest right now. Move anything out of the way that you don't need. You can also place something underneath your head. Close your eyes. Let your arms go. Let your palms face up. Take a deep breath in. Sigh loudly, exhale everything out. Bring your arms up over the top of the head, stretch big. Hug your knees to your chest, give them a big squeeze in. And rock yourself up to a seat, sit up nice and tall. If you prefer to stay down, stay down. So as you sit up here, just let your shoulders draw down your back. Have your hands rest on the tops of the thighs. Keep your eyes closed for a second. And just feel today's practice. It's great to be able to pause and do this and be able to move. Bring your hands to a prayer, bow your head, have some gratitude, lift your head, open your eyes. Namaste. See you next time, guys. This was great. So Friday, I'm